Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the second half of my Watts solds, which would be for last weekend, April 15th through the 17th. It was a slow weekend. I had a lot of littles, and I don't always just show you guys the littles, but I do have 24 things I'm going to share with you. Of course, I think about, 21 of them are eBay, and then I had 2 Mercari and an Etsy. Nothing on Facebook, nothing on Plush, nothing on Bonanza. But this weekend, it's Monday. I've just finished up all of my packages, and I had at least one package for all 6 of my platforms. So this weekend was good. So I'll be excited to share that with you guys next week. Today, it is Monday, and I have decided I have got to get my piles down here organized. My board's fallen. I have stuff that we've purchased over the last few weeks, and there's an IKEA bag there and a box here, and just everything is everywhere. I have piles for my booth. It's just disorganized chaos, and I can't. So today, after I finish recording this video, I'm going to try to get organized down here a little bit. I have so much to list. So much good stuff to list. That's what's crazy. And of course, a whole lot of littles, because I'm good with the littles as filler, you know? You can't always have the $20 sale, the $50, the $100. It's these bread and butters that I talk about all the time. That is actually what is, paying my bills. Yeah, I've mentioned this before, last year we tabulated everything that I sold that was $8.99 or less, which I don't do free shipping, and that didn't include the shipping, but it paid more than my mortgage for the entire year. And then that's not even including everything that sold above that. So don't discount the little stuff. I sell not a whole lot, but I sell $6 and $7 and stuff like that, plus shipping. And I'm good. I'm good with that. Because not everything's going to be a home run. Not everything. And I'm still going to pick up the things that I'm going to pick up and pay, because in the niche that I'm in, I pay so little on my items that even $5, $6, $7 is way more than the people who say, I have to make 3 times or 5 times or, even 10 times. So, we all have to do us, right? All right. As far as clothing items last weekend, I only sold 3 clothing items on eBay and nothing on Plush. I have nothing on Plush last weekend. I'm getting these long time frames between, and even like today, I only have one for this weekend on Plush, 1 clothing item and nothing else. So, I know I had a few comments that, they're having growing pains, algorithm changes, so they're trying to get that all figured out. And I'm used to that because Facebook's been doing this for a year now, it seems. All right, let's go ahead and get through these items. Now, I did pick a couple of small ones to start this off with because, I'm all about the vintage plush. For example, this is a vintage Dakin hand puppet from 1985. I love to pick up the vintage plush. I'm going to pick up the vintage plush. I probably picked this up at the bin, so I have pennies in it, and it sold for $7.15. Same as this next item. I see these all the time. There's a series of them. I think there's a monkey. There might be different ones. This is Sassy. This was a pink elephant rattle, 4 inches tall, and this is the 3rd one I have listed. It sold for $7.15, probably within a week of listing it. This is Kelly Toy. I realized when I was setting this up, I spelt Foxy wrong in here, and it still sold. I guess because it has the word fox in there, but my errors. This fox, though, sold for $17.95. This is Kelly Toy. It's not even Squishmallow, and it still sold for, I think, decent amount of money. I picked these up last year at a yard sale. I think I paid $10 for all of them. These are called learning props. It's like an early literacy packet, and it had like a book and an activity and everything in it, probably geared towards like a preschooler or a homeschooler. I looked through all of them. They were complete. I think one of them had a little bit of a stain on it. I ended up taking the best offer of $45 on these. I had them listed for quite a bit more based on, I think I saw them on Amazon or something, but I just decided it was time to let them go. Let it go, right? This I think I picked up at an estate sale. I want to say I paid $1 for it, but when I Google lensed it, I realized it was a replacement part to a Grow With Me Fisher-Price kitchen set, and there were comps for it. It did have some wear, but it sold for $19.95. This is a Gund Brown Bear Plush, 10 inches on the smaller side. I just put more keywords in there like shaggy fur. It kind of reminds me of that old carpeting. It sold for best offer of $8. I picked these up at an estate sale probably within the last month or so. They it was a half price sale. Everything was marked $1, so I'm paid 50 cents each for these. These are just vintage cardboard and foam ball. The heads were foam balls. Vintage Christmas ornaments. They did have issues, and several of them were kind of bent in a rough way. I just decided to put them all together, and they sold for best offer of $30. So definitely when you're going to estate sales, look at the vintage Christmas. If it looks old like this, see, they were bent and everything, but I'm sure somebody will have a way to get them readjusted, but they may not even care. It's probably for a vintage Christmas tree. This sold probably within an hour of me listing it. I couldn't find this exact Beauty and the Beast figure. Just thought it was unique, and it sold for $8.96. This is America We Go, which is also Fiesta. This was a popcorn bear, that's the name of it, from 1982. Did have some wear, had a cute shirt, but I wasn't sure if it was original, so I just left it on, and it sold for $13.45. If you're new to my channel, again, I don't do free shipping, so the buyer did pay additional for the shipping. This is a white rabbit from MTY International. Cute, had the Eastery colors. After Easter, and well, no, that was Easter weekend, so I mean technically it would have never made it for Easter. It sold for best offer of $15. I've never heard of this show. This is My Buddy Blippi, 13-inch plush, and it sold for best offer of $10. Robert was with me at a consignment sale, and he picked this up. I think we paid $5 for it. It was sealed, but the box had some wear, and it sold for $13.45. This is Okie Dokie. I think that was JCPenney's. I pick up all Loveys, but Okie Dokie and Garanimal, and some of them are some of my favorites to pick up. Like I've said before, a lot of Loveys are my bread and butter. They're going to be $8 to $12, $15, but this one was a little bit higher dollar, and it sold for $35.95. This, I knew when I picked this up that it had something to do with Barbie, but it was actually from the Heart family, which is Mattel, True Heart family. I think I just picked up a couple of things from there this weekend. Just a gray and white sheepdog, 7 inches tall, and it sold for $26.95. These are by Tommy, and I actually have another set of them right now to get listed. These are the fashion plates. You could stick these plates in there. Usually it was like a head. I think this one you could use to make greeting cards, but there's another set that's like dolls, and it's like the head, the torso, the bottom. I think that's what I have over here to get ready for. I pick these up any and all times. There's even more contemporary ones that have been released, and I pick them up also. This set sold for $20.66. But here's just pictures. You can see there's a birthday cake, some bears, hearts, and then you would just set these up, stack them in this thing right here, and then this little crayon thing. You could run it up and over, and it would make the designs on a piece of paper. I picked these up last weekend at an estate sale. They had this huge basket of just stuff, and then there was a little tote that was full of like some of the gray Thomas tracks that I like to pick up, with some trains and some other stuff. So there was no rhyme or reason to what was there, so I just went ahead and started throwing more stuff into the tote. Found quite a few of these mini strawberry shortcake figures. They ended up charging me $20 for the whole tote, and it was packed with stuff. These few figures that I had here sold for $44.95. So definitely watch for them. Just, you wouldn't even know. And they're like all 2 inches tall, from the 80s. This, Robert and I thought this was from like the Flintstones. It come to find out it was from Scooby-Doo, but I guess he had his own little show. This is Captain Caveman. This one was released for Scooby-Doo. I received an offer and sold it for $8, and then the buyer sent me a picture. He had this elaborate setup, and this was going to be one of the main figures to put in that setup. It was cute. This is a Giggle Bunny 1993 plush that was attached to an Easter basket. Again, sold Easter weekend, not before. It sold for best offer of $13. When it's slow like this, I'm taking offers. This was the lid and the gasket that's inside the lid for an electric pressure cooker. I believe this is the one that when I shipped it, the legs got broken in shipment, and I had them send it back to me, and I just went ahead and parted it out. I took the remaining legs off of the pressure cooker. It was one of these electric ones that sat on the countertop. Sold them already, and then this was the lid, and then I think I sold the jiggler separate also. But this lid sold for $17.95. This was Fisher-Price Little People, but this was released through the Happy Meal toys at McDonald's, dated 2002. It sold for best offer of $8.75. And then this is a Walmart plush, cute little embroidered Easter eggs on it. Again, Easter weekend, and it sold for $8.96. So I'm trying to see what was, I guess the strawberry shortcake dolls were my biggest sell. I had quite a few. The Lovey was a good one. The Santa ornaments. And then I had 2 Mercari sales and an Etsy sale. This was one of the Mercari sales. Tout le jour green rabbit plush. You could actually plug it into like an iPod or something, and it was speakers. Had it listed for a very long time, so I was glad when it finally sold. It sold for $13 on Mercari. And then brass. Every time I sell a piece of brass, I think, man, I got to get to that tote that's over there, because I've got another tote that's just full of it. And these sold on Mercari. Also 2 brass candlesticks, 8 inches tall. They sold for $28 on Mercari. And then Giggle Bunny again. I sold the Easter basket on eBay. And then this was from those characters from Cleveland, 1993. This one talks and wiggles. I find these once in a while. They don't always work. Even if they don't work, you can still list them. But I did sell this on Etsy for $30. All right, I am going to get to work, and Robert's going to get this video released tonight. And I'm hoping all of you, it's Monday morning, so, you know, get to work, right? Bye.